Hi guys, in this video I'll be demonstrating a simple program that Microsoft have just released called Small Basic. And basically, from what I've read about it, it seems to be a very basic programming language based on BASIC. Every time you can say basic in a sentence. And it's basically designed if you're learning programs, like learning to do programming, it's very easy. So I'll just demonstrate it now. Obviously no professional programs would use this, but it's free. It's free to download, so if you're learning programming or you're at school, or ICT education or anything, this is very, very good. So this interface, it's extremely basic. Well, I'm saying basic a lot at the moment. And this is just where you type your program. There's no method of you doing graphical applications, so it's all command line based. So I'm going to do a simple, hello world program. So the first thing you have to do, instead of the print command or console write line, it doesn't have that. To do that, it's text window write line. So if you do text window, but it's doing this IntelliSense thing, so you can look down here and it says text object, and here it'll give you a description of it, and on this side as well it'll give you descriptions, and these are things you can put after that. I want text window, so I click that, and on the right hand side it's telling me about what that thing does, and down here a list of commands that you can put after that. So if I put text window in, which is the one I want, dot write line, okay, and we can just tell it to print something. Okay, we can just run that, and you can see it's described. If you didn't see me typing that, you'll have seen it all of described stuff down here. Hit run, and here it is. It's just very basic. Hello world, press any key to continue. The only thing this program does is command line based. But one thing I found very interesting is the publish feature, which actually creates a working version of your application that runs within a web browser, and it's powered by Microsoft Silverlight. So I've made a slightly more advanced program than this just earlier, and if I just demonstrate this, all it does is it asks the user to input something, and it says you wrote, and then whatever you inputted earlier. But I'll demonstrate publish with this. So if you press publish and wait a few seconds, that was it. And it's published it to the web. So you go to this little link it gives you, and there you go, there's your program. And as you can see, here's your code for your program down here, so you can share this, give anyone this URL, anyone a link to that, and they can access it. Here's the code for it. Then here on the right's an embed code for this application thing here, and this is right inside my web browser. I don't know if you can see it, it's very small, so I'll zoom in for you. But down here we have, it says type something and press enter. I'm going to type something in, such as hit enter, and it'll say you wrote hello world, this is a test. So this is actually running your program in a web browser, which is pretty interesting, because you can share your programs out. Now I do think Small Basic obviously is not for big powerful programmers. You never write a full program in this. It's all really learning. You don't even know if you can compile it through this. However, you can do Graduate, which can allow you to open it in other programs such as Visual Studio or Visual Basic. That's what that Graduate thing does. But it's not that powerful, so if you're teaching programming, great. If you want to teach graphical interface design, don't. If you want to teach graphical interface design, well, don't use this. Teach it. I said it a bit wrong there. So it can do interfaces, so if you're really very beginner programmers, but it's pretty good. So, and it is obviously in its very, very early stages. I think this is version 0.9. So I think it's obviously like a beta or alpha or whatever. But it's free. I do recommend to give it a go. There's a link in the description. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe.